we go. Islands in the stream again.
Yes, so
I might skip that.
Ah.
There we go.
Oh, Joan Jett.
Yeah, I keep
Love a bit of Joan Jett. It's a good movie. What's it called?
Runaways.
The
Yes,
Runaways.
The Runaways. Not so fond of one of the actresses, but good movie.
Which one?
What's her name that was in Sparkly Vampire?
Kristen Stewart.
That's the one.
What? I love
Yeah,
Kristen Stewart.
not a fan.
Love Kristen
She's
Stewart.
a little bit whiny.
Was that not just a character though in Twilight?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I was going to say, because she's not whiny at all. She's actually really chill.
I don't know. It could have been the Twilight thing that put
I was
me
going to
off.
say, because
Probably. It
I
would have been
enjoyed her in the new
Twilight.
Charlotte Danes movie.
I haven't seen it. I love rock and roll.
So we're coming into the car park near the Latrobe Space.
Dance with me. Woo!
We're going in.
No,
No.
that's where we are. Hello, old
Yeah.
building.
Yes.
Through the entrance there, just around the corner. Past the pie shop. What's the pie shop called?
Pie Addicts.
Pie Addicts.
Great guys. They every Friday, well not even just Fridays, but a lot of the time we will get all their excess food, and the young people absolutely love it, and we get to take it home for their families and stuff. It's fantastic. So
Yeah.
good job, Pie Addicts.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
So once this is all over, support Pie Addicts. And
Yes.
I don't know if they'd still be
They are.
open
They
now.
are still open at the moment. They're one of the services in here that are doing takeaways.
Ah, fantastic. All
So
right,
if you need a pie, come on
takeaway
in.
pie, come take away from Pie Addicts for all your pie needs.
I've actually never been here before.
Really?
No.
Wow.
So this
You'll
this
never be
used
able to say that again.
This used to be the admin buildings for the SEC, so for the State Electricity Commission. So everyone would come up here to do, pay stuff or do any stuff when you worked in the SEC. If you had to go put in a form or change something or do stuff like that. And so when there was no more SEC, the power companies around turned it into like a bit of a power like science sort of thing. And there's a community group now called Power Works that continue that on, and that it's a bit of a museum of the power industry, and also Latrobe Youth Space will hopefully do some partnership with Power Works in the near future.
So what's some of the history about Power Works, Sean?
Some of the history, like I was saying, put up here, there's a little rabbit all the way over there, which you might see.
Funny.
And so you'll see kangaroos and rabbits and hares and stuff up here. If you... he's going to hop off, he won't
He's
get
hopping.
close.
Nah.
Maybe. No, he's saying I want nothing to do with you. So a lot of things like Dredger 21, which we saw as we came up, a lot of locomotives, buckets, industrial things that have been donated by the power industry that don't need them anymore here. If we take a left turn in a bit.
Bye, bunny. I love
See a
bunnies.
few more. And also just below here is the premises of one of the big employers in the valley, Aussie Broadband. And yeah, so here we have, and things like gauge panels, turbines,
Go through
locomotives. Yeah, you can go through there. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's the end of one of the dredges, a bucket wheel.
What's with all the helmets?
So the helmets, over in the distance, you can drive right up to them if you want,
Oh.
because we're not getting out of the car apparently.
That's cool too.
Yeah. So turbine there, turbine rotor. So the helmets that are up on the fence here, when Hazelwood closed down on the very final day, Hazelwood had operated from the 1960s till, when did it close? 4 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
The people leaving on that very last shift hung their helmets up on the fence, and they zip tied them to the fence. So a lot of those helmets, they kind of, rather than just sit there because they're all going to get thrown out, they put them up on the fence here.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's a bit of art, really.
Bit of art. And so yeah, there's a lot of guys that had worked there. Some had only worked for a couple of years. Some had worked a whole lifetime.
Look at that view down there.
At Hazelwood. That's looking down into the open cut there. So they're open cut mining. And so yeah, obviously, as people know, Hazelwood has now shut down, and they're starting the dismantling work of Hazelwood.
Sweet. Here's one, guys.
You have to get involved.
It's just fantasy. Ooh, sorry. You're right.
Nope.
Are you good?
Yep. So over here we've got a bus of. So I'll try and get out this window and not lose my arm again. So John Monash, if you move up a bit more. So John Monash was a general for the Australian Army in World War One, and had fought in France in the Blood Trench Warfare. And upon returning to Australia, became the first head of the State Electricity Commission and setting up the Electricity Commission. And so the whole industry started with his leadership. Monash University is named after Sir
There you
John
go.
Monash.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, song, keep the history. We'll do some more history in a bit. You have to sing.
It's just begun.
Excellent.
And now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama.
Need to make you cry.
Round the back again this time tomorrow. Carry on.